Hello, welcome, Shubham and Ahmad, Ashish.
अभी जाओ स्केटिंग करके
Now I am going to take the mock interview of Shubham Chaturvedi and Ahmad Shish. And first I am going to take the Shubham Chaturvedi. First I am going to ask all the questions. Then I will take the feedback session of everyone. Okay. Okay. Let's start with Shubham Chaturvedi. Okay. Uh,
Percentage. Sir, my hobbies are writing shairi and ghazals, cooking, riding, trekking, gymnasium, etc. And that's all about me, sir.
okay. Why do you want to join Merchant Navy?
Okay. Sir, merchant navy is a passion towards machine, and this passion came to me from my grandfather and father because they both are mechanical engineers. So that's why I have taken mechanical engineering. And when I am in the second year of my diploma, one of my relative who is in the merchant navy has told me about the merchant navy life, its opportunities and challenges. Sir, that day I have decided to enter in this field. So merchant navy helps me to use my technical knowledge into practical hands. So that's why, sir, merchant navy is not.
हेलो. आवाज़ आवाज़ नहीं आ रहा.
That's why, sir, I have transformed myself from 105 kg to 75 kg. Sir, it's my life. So that's why, sir, I want to live this life. This is my solid and rock reason to join merchant navy, sir.
Okay, why do you want to join Anglo Eastern?
Sir, Anglo Eastern is one of the biggest shipping company, and it has a high safety culture, and it has a high training facilities. Anglo Eastern is also awarded as a best training institute in India in 2019 and 2023. So there, and it has a less waiting period. So that's why I want to join Anglo Eastern.
Hmm. Okay, then draw the centrifugal pump and explain how
Okay.
the pressure is created on the discharge side of the centrifugal pump.
Okay, sir. So this is my diagram.
Hmm. Okay, the main important thing while you're drawing the diagram is you have to show the water direction. Yeah, you have showed properly.
Yeah, I have shown
Uh,
the water direction already, sir.
yeah, and at C means drawing you can improve little bit. Means like uh,
Okay.
you can means in the discharge side of the pump, you, as it goes now, it is a little more wider. You can shorten it little.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now explain how the pressure is created on the discharge side.
Okay, sir. First of all, I am just giving the introduction about that. Sir, centrifugal pump work on the principle of rotodynamic fuel. If the mechanical energy is converted into pressure energy by means of centrifugal force, the hydraulic machine is known as the centrifugal pump. It consists of many parts like the impeller, casing, inlet pipe, suction pipe, inlet pipe, footwall, strainer, and uh, and delivery pipe and delivery valve. Okay. So working of a centrifugal pump is that uh, when we switch on the pump, there is already some amount of water is present inside the pump. As the impeller rotates due to the high kinetic energy of the water, pressure reduces. So the negative pressure is created at the IFO impeller, and the water enters into the IFO impeller, passing through different regions like the footwall and strainer, enters into the IFO impeller. Due to the centrifugal force imparted on the water comes out of the guided veins into the casing. Uh, so that due to the design of volute casing, volume is increases and the velocity is decreases. So that kinetic energy of the water is converted into the pressure energy, and water discharge from the discharge side of the pump. That's how the discharge pressure is created inside the pump.
Okay, what happens if air present in the centrifugal pump?
Okay, so if the air is present in the centrifugal pump, the developed head will be drop out because so the density of water is thousand times the density of air. So that air is not capable enough to carry. So water is incompressible in nature and air is compressible in nature. So air is not capable enough to create enough suction pressure inside the suction pipe, and water will not sucking from the sump of the water, and water will not also push out from the discharge side of the pump, so that the pump will run dry and it gets overheating, so that the efficiency and performance of the pump will get decreases. And these
Mhm.
are all are the consequences when the air is present at the suction side of the pump.
Yeah. Okay. Can you draw the gear pump? Gear pump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've drawn that.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Explain how the fluid is transferred in the
Okay.
gear pump.
So, okay. So it is a type of positive displacement pump. It uses the mechanical meshing of the gears to transfer fluid from one point to another point.
Hmm.
It consists of two spur gears. One is the driver gear and second is the follower gear. These both gears are revolving in opposite directions. Only a few inches of clearances exist between the casing and the gears. Can I explain how the pressure is created, sir?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, when the gears are out of the mesh, the pressure is reduces and volume is increases. There is also atmospheric pressure is acting on the pump. Due to the relative pressure difference, the suction is created inside the pump, so that the water enters into the suction side of the pump and entrap between the gear faces of the pump. When the gears are into the mesh, the pressure is increases and the volume is decreases, so the entrapped liquid in the gear faces is coming out of the gear faces, and that's how, sir, discharge pressure is created, and water still flow out from the discharge side of the pump. That's how the discharge pressure is created.
Hmm. Yeah. Explain working of VCRS, vapor compression and
Okay,
refrigeration.
so VCRS is known as the vapor compression refrigeration cycle. It consists of four stages: evaporator with the isobaric heat addition, compressor with the isentropic compression, and condenser with the isobaric heat rejection, and thermostatic expansion valve with the isenthalpic expansion.
Hmm.
And so working of sense VCR cycle is that uh, I'm just starting from the compressor. When the low pressure and low temperature vapor is coming out of the evaporator and enters into the compressor. In the compressor, it is compressed to high pressure and high temperature superheated vapor. Then this high pressure and high temperature superheated vapor refrigerant is transferred to the condenser. Then condenser is a type of heat exchanger device in which the heat is extracted out and convert the refrigerant into the high pressure, slightly low temperature, saturated liquid refrigerant.
Hmm.
Then this high pressure and slightly low temperature saturated liquid refrigerant is transferred to the dryer. In the dryer, there is a silica gel is present, which is used to desiccate the moisture inside the refrigerant. Then after that, sir, from the dryer, the refrigerant is passes to the thermostatic expansion valve. Thermostatic expansion valve acts like a orifice in which the refrigerant is converted into the low pressure and low temperature liquid plus vapor mixture refrigerant. When this low pressure and low temperature liquid plus vapor mixture refrigerant is enters into the evaporator. Evaporator is also a type of heat exchanger device in which the refrigerant is converted if- heat exchanger device, which absorbs the heat from the surrounding and convert the refrigerant into low pressure and low temperature vapor. Then there is a sensing bulb situated after that. Uh, in the sensing bulb, it's a small capillary tube in which the refrigerant is present. Sensing bulb main function is that it is used to sense the temperature of the vapor refrigerant. If the temperature of the vapor refrigerant is high, then is sorry, if the temperature of the vapor refrigerant is high, then to the it is connected to the capillary tube is connected to the thermostatic expansion valve, and then the orifice of thermostatic expansion valve will open and expand. Then the pressure is reduces, and then sorry, then if the temperature of the vapor refrigerant is low, uh, then the then thermostatic expansion valve will constrict and constrict and release the refrigerant.
Hmm. Okay.
गया
See.
वो तो गया
हाँ हाँ
वो गया
वो सेंसिंग बल्ब ने ना सेंसिंग
हम्म
बल्ब इट इज़ नॉट इट सेल्फ अ कैपिलरी ट्यूब.
ओके
Sensing bulb, oh, with the help of capillary tube it controls the thermostatic expansion valve. तुम ऐसा बोलना
ओके
चाहिए. And
ओके
if the temperature of the refrigerant is more or less, मतलब with reference to what you are saying, that is important. आवाज आ रहा है? Sensing bulb is not itself a capillary tube. Sensing bulb is a
ओके
device which senses the temperature of the refrigerant
refrigerant
coming from the evaporator.
evaporator
हाँ, ये एक पॉइंट तुमने गलत किया. एंड सेंसिंग बल्ब
ठीक
विद द हेल्प ऑफ द कैपिलरी ट्यूब इट कंट्रोल्स द थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वाल्व. ओके.
ओके
हाँ, ये इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. और तुमने बोल रहे ना, इफ द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द रेफ्रिजरेंट इज मोर और लेस, वैसे तो विथ रेफरेंस टू व्हाट यू आर सेइंग दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. Means like if the
ओके
temperature of the refrigerant is more than the desired value of the sensing bulb. सेंसिंग बल्ब में
ओके
एक टेम्परेचर मतलब एक स्टैंडर्ड टेम्परेचर रहता है, उससे ज़्यादा हुआ तो वो इट विल सेंस द it senses and it will send the information to the thermostatic expansion valve to constrict. If the temperature is
ओके
less, then it will constrict. If the temperature is more, then the orifice will expand and it will
ओके
allow more refrigerant to flow in. तो मैं ऐसा बोलना
या
चाहिए सेंसिंग बल्ब का.
ठीक है ओके
ये एक सही करो. और तुमने केसिंग इज डिजाइनड, और केसिंग में वो ये सेंट्रीफ्यूगल पंप का जो केसिंग है ना, द केसिंग इज डिजाइनड इन अ सच वे दैट इट इज द इंक्रीजिंग इन द वॉल्यूम एट द डिस्चार्ज साइड ऑफ द पंप. तुम ऐसा बोलना चाहिए. तुमने क्या बोला, द केसिंग तो इट इज
ड्यू
द.
टू द डिजाइन ऑफ
हाँ,
ड्यू टू द
केसिंग.
डिजाइन ऑफ
हाँ
वॉल्यूम केसिंग
हाँ, ये भी सही है ऐसे कुछ. फिर वो सही है, फिर गलत कुछ नहीं है.
ओके
एंड नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द इवापोरेटर इन अ डोमेस्टिक रेफ्रिजरेटर?
so the temperature of evaporator in domestic refrigerator is depends on the type of refrigerant we are using. It varies according to the refrigerants we are using in the evaporator.
ठीक है. व्हाट आर बॉयलर माउंटिंग्स? लिस्ट लिस्ट द
Sir,
बॉयलर.
there are different types of boiler mountings like the water level indicator, pressure gauge, safety valve, steam stop valve, blow off cock, feed check valve, and fusible plug, vent air cock, and blow down valve. These all are the boiler mounting.
ओके. फंक्शन ऑफ द वेंट कॉक, एक्सप्लेन.
Okay, the function of the vent cock is that it is used to release the air in the release the air when the boiler is when the water is filling inside the boiler, and it is also used to avoid the implosion of the boiler.
ठीक है. और बॉयलर एक्सेसरीज?
There are different sir, there are different types of boiler. This is the feed pump and economizer, air preheater, and superheater.
ठीक है. व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ सुपरहीटर?
The some superheater is a device which is used to heat the superheated vapor without changing in its pressure. This is the function of the superheater.
ओके. लिस्ट आउट द सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस ऑफ द रेफ्रिजरेटर.
The some of the safety devices of the refrigerator are that low power cutout switch, high power cutout switch, lube oil low pressure cutout switch, bursting disc, relief valve, master solenoid valve, and oil heater.
ओके. कैन यू एक्सप्लेन ऑल ऑफ देम?
Yeah, sir, I can explain all.
या टेल.
Okay, the low pressure and uh, low pressure cutout. When the pressure inside the refrigerator is below the desired pressure, then the low pressure alarm is sounded. Then the high pressure cutout switch function is that if when the pressure is above the desired value, then the high pressure cutout switch sounded an alarm. Lube oil low pressure cutout switch. If the lube oil pressure is goes below the desired pressure, then the lube oil pressure cutout switch sounded an alarm. Then the bursting disc is busting disc but it is present at the intercooler and aftercooler it is present at the intercooler and aftercooler casing. It burst when the it burst when the yeah, sorry. It burst when the pressure inside the refrigerator is high. Then the bursting this will burst relief valves are used to avoid the system failure and release the over pressurized situations. And the master solenoid valve is used to not to allow the refrigerant inside the compressor. And the oil liter is used to used for sorry, I don't know about the oil liter. I'm little
हम्म,
lagging in it.
ओके ओके ऑयल हीटर का देखेंगे रुक एंड
Hmm.
लिस्ट आउट द सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस इन ऑक्सिलरी इंजन.
Okay, there are different types of safety devices in auxiliary engine. Are there overspeed tip, jacket water, high temperature tip, high exhaust gas temperature, crankcase, lube oil, low pressure cutout switch.
ओके ऑक्सिलरी इंजन कंप्रेसर का सेफ्टी डिवाइस एंड VCRS इट्स ऑलमोस्ट टाइम. वंस
Yeah.
टेल
Oh,
द
yeah.
सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस ऑफ द कंप्रेसर.
Was that, sir?
कंप्रेसर सेफ्टी
Okay,
डिवाइसेस.
the safety devices of the compressor are that low pressure cutout switch, bursting disc, fusible plug, sorry, water no flow trip, water high temperature tip, motor overloaded trip.
ओके now Faraday's law, explain Faraday's law.
The Faraday's law, okay, sir. The Faraday's has a two law. First law, Faraday's first law states that if the voltage induced in a conductor by changing magnetic field is such that the flux linking to the circuit is changing, is known as the Faraday's first law. And the Faraday's second law states that the rate of induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of changing magnetic field, is known as the Faraday's second law.
Okay, Lenz law.
Okay, Lenz law. Sir, Lenz law states that if it is stated that the direction of electric current induced in a conductor by changing magnetic field is such that a magnetic field created by the induced current opposes initially changing magnetic field is known as the Lenz law.
Okay, and three phase induction motor, can you explain?
Yeah, sir. The three-phase induction motor is a synchronous machine which converts the electrical power into the mechanical power. It consists of two parts: stator and the rotor. Stator stator is consist of stator is consist of armature winding, and the rotor is consist of short circuiting winding. And rotor is a stationary part, and in the stator there is a three phase electrical supply is fed into it. Okay, the working of a induction motor is that it works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. And when the three phase supply is fed into the stator winding, there is RMF is created in RMF is rotating magnetic field is created inside it. When the current is flowing inside the stator, flowing, it creates RMF due to the electromagnetic induction. EMF is induced in the rotor, so that rotor experience a mechanical forces inside it, so the rotor start rotating. This rotor start rotating. This is the working of a induction motor.
Okay, and NDT, can you list out the
Yeah, sir. They are
non-destructive
yeah,
testing?
yeah. Sir, there are different types of non-destructive method like the visual inspection, magnetic crack detector, ultrasonic testing, radiographic testing, and red dye penetration test.
Okay, explain the magnetic crack detector test.
Yeah, sir. The magnetic crack detector is also type of non-destructive testing in which we are using the magnetic field to find out the cracks and porosities inside the material, and in which we are using the permanent magnet or electromagnet, when electromagnet to electromagnet, when the magnetic field is created inside the material, there is a discontinuities are shown by the leakage of the flux inside the material. That's how, sir, we are detecting the cracks and porosity inside the material
Okay, what is
by the help
difference
of
between
magnetic field.
the four-stroke and two-stroke engine?
Okay, the difference between the four-stroke and two-stroke is that there are four in the four-stroke engine. there are four strokes are present: suction, compression, expansion and power. And in the two stroke cycle, the two strokes are present: suction, compression, and expansion and power. Oh, okay. And the number of cycles per minute in the to four-stroke engine is equal to the half of the speed of the engine. Number of cycles in the two-stroke engine is equal to the speed of the engine. Heavier flywheel is used in the four-stroke engine due to the irregular torque is produced, and lighter flywheel is used in the two-stroke engine because the regular torque is produced. And power developed in the power developed in the four-stroke engine is in the alternate revolution of the crankshaft. Power developed in the two-stroke engine is engine in the every revolution of the crankshaft. Power developed is more in the two-stroke engine. Power developed is less in the four-stroke engine. And and these and exhaust gases are exhaust out by the help of exhaust stroke in the four-stroke engine, and exhaust gases are exhaust out by the help of a scavenging process in the two-stroke engine.
Hmm.
And when valves are open and closed by the help of mechanical valves in the four-stroke engine. Valves and open and closed by the help of piston in the two-stroke engine. uh, and power to weight ratio is less in four-stroke engine. Power to weight ratio is high in two-stroke engine. And four-stroke engine consume less fuel, and for two-stroke engine consume high fuel.
Okay, what is the difference between the centrifugal pump and a reciprocating pump?
Okay, the centrifugal pump works on the sir. Sorry, the differences between the centrifugal pump and reciprocating pump is that the centrifugal pump work on the principle of rotodynamic principle, and the reciprocating pump work on the principle of the piston plunger movement.
Hmm.
And okay, a centrifugal pump is used to flow the fluid to high head, but small discharge.
High head,
And
low discharge.
high head is low discharge, and the reciprocating pumps are used for small head, high discharge.
Hmm.
And centrifugal pumps uh, can centrifugal pumps can flow the used to flow the non-viscous fluid, and the reciprocating pumps are used to transfer the no, viscous fluid. The efficiency of a centrifugal pump is high. Efficiency of a centrifugal pump is low, and reciprocating pump is low. and
Hmm.
the and the centrifugal pump requires less floor area, and the reciprocating pump requires high floor area. And
Hmm.
operating cost of centrifugal pump is less, and operating cost of reciprocating pump is high.
Hmm.
These all are the differences.
Okay. Difference between the reciprocating pump and gear pump. Can you tell?
Okay. Okay. First difference is that they both are work on the piston. Sorry. The differences between the reciprocating pump and the gear pump is that they both are the positive displacement pump. In the reciprocating pump, there is a piston plunger movement. In the gear pump, there is a gear movement to transfer the fluid. And there is a relief valve is present in the gear pump, and in the reciprocating pump there is no gear pump is there is no relief valve is present. And and in the and both of the pumps do not require priming. These all are the differences of the reciprocating pump and gear pump.
Reciprocating pump में you told no means like a reciprocating pump
Yeah.
it is a reversed piston movement is the principle on
Yeah.
which the reciprocating pump
Okay.
works, and gear pump works on an this one positive displacement principle. Okay, you
Okay.
cannot say that it is moving it is because of piston movement, it is because of gear movement, movement of gear, it is wrong. You should say that it follows the principle of positive displacement principle,
Okay.
like that you should say. Okay. And
Okay.
there is pressure relief valve is present in a gear pump, and pressure relief valve is not present in the
Not
reciprocating
present
pump.
in
That
the
is one
yeah,
difference you
yeah.
can say. and another
Yeah.
to smooth for the constant discharge we use the air blower in the reciprocating pump.
Okay.
And this because of the positive displacement principle we do not want any air blower, or because positively it will displaces the fluid to the discharge side, so you don't require the air blower. Can you hear?
क्या बोल रहे थे यार, वो वापस बताना थोड़ा सा।
हाँ, रेसिप्रोकेटिंग पंप का मतलब डिस्चार्ज कांस्टेंट रखने के लिए हम एयर ब्लोवर यूज करते हैं रेसिप्रोकेटिंग पंप में, पर हम गियर पंप में बिकॉज ऑफ द पॉजिटिव डिस्प्लेसमेंट प्रिंसिपल, ये क्या, हाँ, बिकॉज ऑफ पॉजिटिव
ओके
डिस्प्लेसमेंट प्रिंसिपल द कांस्टेंट डिस्चार्ज इज ऑटोमेटिकली इट इज प्रोड्यूस, यू डोंट रिक्वायर एनी एक्सटर्नल एजेंट लाइक एन एयर ब्लोवर इन अ गियर पंप.
एक मिनट मैं वापस आ रहा हूँ, एक मिनट है ना.
हाँ हाँ वही.
वो रेसिप्रोकेटिंग और गियर पंप के बीच में डिफरेंस चल रहा था ना।
हाँ हाँ, वो मतलब गियर पंप का मतलब वो पॉजिटिव डिस्प्लेसमेंट प्रिंसिपल की वजह से कांस्टेंट फ्लो रेट होता है ऑटोमेटिकली. ओके, व्हाट इज पॉजिटिव डिस्प्लेसमेंट प्रिंसिपल?
Okay. Despite the change in the variation of the pressure at the discharge side of the pump, the flow of fluid is at constant rate is known as the positive displacement principle.
Yeah, proper. And how freezing will takes place in an VCRS refrigeration?
Okay, the freezing is takes place in the VCRS. Sorry for that, sir. I don't.
You don't know.
I'm just.
Okay, I will tell the both the answer means at the last. Okay, freezing.
Okay.
Next question. What is
Yeah.
Archimedes principle?
Law.
Archimedes principle.
Okay, the Archimedes principle states that when a body is immersed in a fluid, partially or equally submerged, the upward force exerted by the fluid on the body is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body, is known as the Archimedes principle. Yeah.
What is Pascal's law?
The Pascal's law is applicable for incompressible fluid when the intensity of a pressure in a static fluid will be equal in all the direction is known as the Pascal's law. Some of a few examples of Pascal's law are there: hydraulic ram, hydraulic press, metro gates, and these all are the examples of.
Okay, explain Bernoulli's principle.
The Bernoulli principle states that for an idle and incompressible fluid flowing in a continuous system, the total energy of the particles remains same when a particle moves from one point to another point. Is known as the Bernoulli principle. Thermodynamics.
Yes, state the laws of thermodynamics.
Sir, there are different laws of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics states that when two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with one body, then two bodies are also in thermal equilibrium. And it has different laws. Like the first law of thermodynamics states that when energy can neither be created, energy can neither be created or nor be destroyed. It can be transformed into one form to another form. And second law of thermodynamics states that there is a definite limit to the amount of mechanical energy obtained from given quantity of heat input. Second law of thermodynamics violates two laws: Kelvin-Planck's statement and Clausius' statement. Kelvin-Planck's statement states that it is impossible to construct a device which can produce work continuously by taking heat from a single reservoir. And Clausius' statement states that it is impossible to transfer heat from lower temperature to higher temperature without an external input. Is known as Clausius' statement. And third law, and it has the third law of entropy states that it is impossible to extract all heat from a substance and make its temperature absolute 0 degree. Is known as the third law of entropy.
इसमें तुम्हारा गलती सेकंड लॉ में हुआ. मतलब सेकंड लॉ में तुम क्या बोला? What you said in second law is that see it violates the Kelvin-Planck and Clausius statement. ऐसे तुम बोलना नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है. The second law of thermodynamics has two laws: Clausius statement and Kelvin-Planck statement. Okay, violates the Clausius and Kelvin-Planck बोले तो perpetual motion machine first kind और second kind वैसा होता है. So it is not violates the this Kelvin and Clausius. There are two laws in a second law of thermodynamics. One is Clausius statement and Kelvin-Planck statement. और तुमने जो बोला ना वो ठीक है. मतलब फ्रॉम लो टेम्परेचर टू हाई टेम्परेचर अगर टेम्परेचर ट्रांसफर करने के लिए हमें विदाउट एक्सटर्नल एजेंट इट इज़ इम्पॉसिबल. वो क्लॉशियस स्टेटमेंट है शायद. and Kelvin Planck
Yeah.
statement it is means like heat transfer without any मतलब एक ही रिजर्वायर से हीट एक्सचेंज करके हम टेम्परेचर ट्रांसफर नहीं कर सकते. दिस इज बेसिकली द
Yeah.
केल्विन प्लैंक स्टेटमेंट, करेक्ट?
नहीं, कैल्विन प्लैंक ये है ना, इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू कंस्ट्रक्ट ए डिवाइस व्हिच कैन वर्क कंटिन्यूस which can produce work continuously by taking heat from a single reservoir.
हाँ सिंगल रिजर्वायर, हाँ वही मतलब वो क्या, हाँ सेम है मतलब
हाँ,
सिंगल
ये है।
रिजर्वायर से इट इज इम्पॉसिबल,
हाँ।
2 रिजर्वायर चाहिए. और क्या क्लॉशे
Yeah.
स्टेटमेंट में इट पंप विदाउट एनी एक्सटर्नल एजेंट इट इज इम्पॉसिबल टू ट्रांसफर.
He-
बेसिकली वो रेफ्रिजरेशन वही है.
Yeah.
और सेंसिंग बल्ब में मैं बोलता हूँ देखो सिर्फ 2 चीज़ तुम रिमेंबर करो. प्रॉपरली एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. सेंसिंग बल्ब में जब वेपर जाता है ना इवापोरेटर से, वो सेंसिंग बल्ब सेंस करता है. वो सेंसिंग बल्ब को तुम
Okay.
एक टेम्परेचर सेट करते हो, ठीक है. अगर उस टेम्परेचर से ऊपर गया रेफ्रिजरेंट का टेम्परेचर, फिर वो विद द हेल्प ऑफ द कैपिलरी ट्यूब कैपिलरी ट्यूब थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वॉल को सिग्नल भेजता है. सिग्नल भेजता क्या करके, मतलब इसका टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा है और वो ओरिफाइस रहता है ना, ओरिफाइस को मतलब ज़्यादा खोलो, मतलब टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा है तो ज़्यादा रेफ्रिजरेंट आना चाहिए, क्योंकि सैचुरेटेड लिक्विड में
Okay.
रेफ्रिजरेटर का टेम्परेचर कम रहता है. जब ये ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर से कम टेम्परेचर मिलेगा तो टेम्परेचर कम होगा. ये है प्रिंसिपल, ठीक है. अगर टेम्परेचर कम है तो सेंसिंग बल्ब विद द हेल्प ऑफ कैपिलरी ट्यूब थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वाल्व को सिग्नल भेजता है कि इसका टेम्परेचर कम है, अभी ज़्यादा रेफ्रिजरेंट को मत भेजो, मतलब और कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट करो.
Okay.
कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट करो थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वाल्व को, सो दैट द टेम्परेचर ज़्यादा हो जाए. वैसा तुम और एक एग्जांपल तुम्हें एक सेकेंड और एक एग्जांपल तुम्हें मैं देता हूँ. मतलब अगर तुम्हारा गैस गीजर से अगर तुम्हारा घर में है, तुम अगर टैप को ज़्यादा खोलोगे ना, थोड़ा
Yeah.
ठंडा पानी आएगा. जब तुम थोड़ा मतलब कम करो
हाँ.
टैप का पानी, तब तुम्हारा वो जो रहता है ना, मतलब गैस गीजर में वो ज़्यादा
समझ गया.
हीट वाला पानी आएगा. समझ गया ना?
Yeah,
सेम
yeah.
प्रिंसिपल है. अगर तुम थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वाल को ओरिफाइस को कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट करोगे ना, वो रेफ्रिजरेंट आना कम होगा तो यहाँ ज़्यादा गर्म होगा. यस सर,
या हाँ, समझ
समझ गए ना?
एक तो सेंसिंग बल्ब में दिक्कत आई है, और एक रेसिप्रोकेटिंग एंड गियर पंप के उसमें ना डिफरेंसेस में.
हाँ, रेसिप्रोकेटिंग और गियर पंप में तुम एक गलती क्या किया, इट इज मूवमेंट ऑफ द गियर करके बोला. मूवमेंट ऑफ द गियर बोलना बहुत गलत है. इट फॉलोज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ पॉजिटिव डिस्प्लेसमेंट करके बोला. और मूवमेंट ऑफ द मतलब रिवर्स दैट पिस्टन मूवमेंट एग्जैक्ट प्रिंसिपल का नाम है रेसिप्रोकेटिंग पंप का. तुम
रिवर्स ऑफ पिस्टन मूवमेंट.
रिवर्स्ड पिस्टन मूवमेंट,
ओके.
ये उसका नाम है. और तुम पिस्टन प्लंजर मूवमेंट वो ठीक है, पर प्रिंसिपल वो एग्जैक्ट नेम रिवर्स पिस्टन मूवमेंट, उसमें कुछ ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है. तुम दोनों भी वैसे बोल सकते हो.
Okay.
शायद अगर ब्रिगेंजा सर अलाउ करेंगे तो, मालूम नहीं ना उसको, वो मतलब उसको क्या करेक्ट है उसका अकॉर्डिंग तुम बोलना पड़ेगा वैसे. और एक या इस हाँ अहमद, हाँ टेल मी व्हाट.
Sir, you said the refrigerant after it reaches to the evaporator, sensing bulb will send a message to the thermal expansion valve. Then will the refrigerant go back to thermal expansion valve?
No. Refrigerant will not go back to thermostatic expansion valve. When refrigerant comes out from the evaporator, no, sensing bulb is a device. It will senses the temperature of the refrigerant coming from the evaporator. If the temperature of that vapor refrigerant is more than the desired value, then with the help of there will be a capillary tube. If you know the diagram VCRS का cycle का diagram, if you see that, then there is a dotted line connected to the thermostatic expansion valve with the name capillary tube. With the help of that, it will send the signal that the temperature is more. So you want to lower the temperatures, then open the orifice little more. Open the diameter, means then the diameter of the orifice will become more. So more refrigerant will come through the orifice. So because of that, the temperature will cool down. Like that.
Okay.
The refrigerant will not come back. There is no comeback rule. Means like it is only one direction, single direction only. It will just send the a signal to the thermostatic expansion valve that open the orifice diameter more, so that more refrigerant can come in and we can reduce the temperature. Like that. Understood?
Okay, मतलब
I
ऐसे
will
start
I will
करूँगा मैं अगली
explain
बार.
you after when your interview is there, means like I will give the feedback that time. Okay. हाँ.
Okay. अब मैं ऐसे बोल रहा था इसके मतलब मैं क्या थोड़ा सा हाँ मैं समझ गया वो ऐसे स्टार्ट करना सेंसिंग बल्ब इज अ डिवाइस व्हिच इज यूज्ड टू सेंसेस द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द वेपर रेफ्रिजरेंट कमिंग आउट ऑफ द इवेपोरेटर
हाँ, correct.
है ना
हम्म.
if the vapor refrigerant is raised beyond the desired value
हाँ, ऐसे आराम से
desired
बोलो मतलब if the
okay
temperature of the vapor refrigerant
the
is
vapor refrigerant is
more than the
okay
desired temperature of the
desired value
sensing bulb, ऐसे बोलो.
yeah. Okay, if the temperature of the vapor refrigerant is more than the desired value of the sensing bulb, then with the help of capillary tube, the thermostatic expansion valve will expand more.
Signal is sent to the thermostatic expansion valve with the
Static
help of
expansion
the
valve,
capillary tube so
capillary
that
tube.
the orifice can open more, so that more refrigerant can
Okay,
come into the evaporator and reduce the temperature at the outlet of the
temperature of
evaporator
the
of the refrigerant, means
evaporator. Okay,
like that. ऐसे मतलब ऐसे कुछ एक्सप्लेनेशन तुम लिख के मतलब स्ट्रक्चर्ड वे में
hmm.
ये बनाओ, नोट्स बनाओ.
Okay, okay.
वही है. हाँ, तुम्हारा फ्रीजिंग का तुम नहीं बोला था ना, उससे पहले मैं एक हाँ स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेस
Hmm.
ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, तुम बताओ स्ट्रेंथ एंड वीकनेस.
Okay. Okay, sir, one of my biggest strengths is that I consider myself as a good leader because, sir, when I am in my engineering, I am the coordinator of my all the engineering departments, and I have organized different fests in my college. In between my college fest, my college exams are also going on, sir. So that's why I have managed all the things very in the proper way. I have never given a chance to my organizers and professors to blame me from my work. For making justice to the senior
हेलो. हेलो. हेलो.
different types of programs.
हेलो. हेलो.
So this is one of my biggest strengths.
हेलो.
Hello. Yeah, you are audible.
हाँ, मतलब
Hello.
तुम्हारा ये हुआ, मतलब ग्लिच हुआ वो. स्ट्रेंथ बोल सकते हो फिर से,
Okay.
स्ट्रेंथ सिर्फ.
Yeah. Sir, one of my biggest strength is I consider myself as a good leader because when I am in my engineering, I am the coordinator of my all engineering department. For organizing Manthan Fest in my college, and so that there's also also my exams are going on between the fest. Sir, I knew how to manage the situation easily, and I have never given a chance to my organizers and professors to blame me for my work. And I think, sir, this kind of character will help me on board ship to make the justice for the seniors and super seniors to for the working situations. And I am also awarded as a best leader award by the Jaipur Super Bikers to continuously organizing a different riding programs. So this is my
जस्टिस फॉर
strength.
द एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ द सीनियर्स एंड सुपर सीनियर्स, वो
Okay,
एक
okay,
ऐड करो वहाँ. और और
okay.
तुम क्या बोल सकते हो, मंथन फेस्ट था ना, बिकॉज ऑफ द मंथन फेस्ट एट
Yeah.
द सेम टाइम द माय कॉलेज एग्जाम्स वर आल्सो गोइंग ऑन एंड
Okay,
I was managing the both the work in the same way, so that but I never got the any objections or
chances,
anything related to my work,
allegations.
any not allegation, anything I didn't with respect to my work I didn't get any wrong, any mistakes
Okay,
from the organizers. So I have managed both my academics
in a very
and
proper
the
way.
fest in the very good way. मीन्स लाइक हाँ, तुम भी
Okay,
मतलब तुम ऐसे बोल सकते हो वैसे.
yeah, ठीक है.
और तुम हाँ इसमें और एक हाँ बाकी सब ठीक है वैसे, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं. हाँ, और रिफ्लेक्शन एंड रिफ्रैक्शन, व्हाट इज रिफ्लेक्शन एंड रिफ्रैक्शन?
Okay. So reflection is known as the bouncing back of the light from a solid surface. Yeah, reflection has two laws. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflected ray, and second law of reflection states that the angle of incident ray, and normal incident ray, normal and reflected ray all lie on the same plane. It is known as the reflection.
एंड रिफ्रैक्शन तुम वो कुछ फॉर्मूला था ना, क्या है वो?
या
साइन
वो तो उसका है, रिफ्लेक्शन का है, साइन आई वो
डिवाइडेड बाय
रिफ्लेक्शन का है,
साइन।
रिफ्लेक्शन।
ठीक है, ठीक है।
वो एक लॉ रिफ्लेक्शन में है, रिफ्लेक्शन में है।
व्हाट इज ऑयल मिस्ट डिटेक्टर?
Okay, the oil mist detector is a device which is constantly monitor the oil mist concentration in the crankcase. If the concentration of the oil is raised beyond this set point due to the overheating of the bearings, then it raised a alarm. This is the function of the oil mist detector.
ठीक है। और तुम्हें ऑयल हीटर का तुम्हें मालूम नहीं था ना? ऑयल हीटर,
हाँ ऑयल हीटर का नहीं,
ऑयल हीटर का
हाँ,
मतलब
oil heater में भूल गया
मैं बोलता हूँ, मतलब क्या है, मतलब क्रैंक केस में कंप्रेसर का क्रैंक केस में जो ऑयल रहता है ना, उसका टेम्परेचर बिलो द डिजायर्ड वैल्यू नहीं आना चाहिए। अगर वो आ गया तो लुब्रिकेशन में मतलब प्रॉब्लम
हो जाएगा।
हाँ, मतलब लुब्रिकेशन का मतलब क्या है, लुब्रिकेशन का ऑयल जो अगर हार्ड हुआ ना तो लुब्रिकेशन ठीक से नहीं हो पाएगा। उसके वजह से ऑयल हीटर का क्या फंक्शन है, टू मॉनिटर द टेम्परेचर इनसाइड द क्रैंक केस ऑयल so that it should not fall below the desired value. So ये ऑयल हीटर का फंक्शन है।
हाँ, इंजन सीज वगैरह हो जाएगा उसकी वजह से।
हाँ, मतलब वो लुब्रिकेशन को इफेक्ट करेगा मेनली। मतलब वो ऑयल का जो मतलब लुब्रिकेशन का ऑयल का सर्टेन टेम्परेचर होता है, अगर उसका बिलो आ गया ना वो सॉलिडिफाई होना चालू हो जाता है। अगर वो सॉलिडिफाई हो गया ना तो पिस्टन मूवमेंट में मतलब वो फ्रिक्शन आ जाएगा, मतलब उतना ठीक से लुब्रिकेशन नहीं हो पाएगा। सो ऑयल हीटर का ये सेंस करना उसका फंक्शन है ऑयल हीटर का। और तुम्हारा और कहाँ, हाँ फ्रीजिंग में तुम मतलब क्या वो ठीक से बोल नहीं पाया ना, फ्रीजिंग का क्या है वो दो वजह के, एक सेकेंड,
फ्रीजिंग टेक्स प्लेस।
हाँ, मतलब वो उसका दो कारण है फ्रीजिंग का होना। मतलब अगर मतलब इम्प्योरिटीज अगर तुम पहले VCRS का सेटअप करने से पहले अगर तुम ऑयल जो रेफ्रिजरेंट डालते वक्त अगर कुछ ऑयल वगैरह गया बिकॉज ऑफ द इम्प्योरिटीज, if there is any impurities inside the refrigerant, so वो सॉलिडिफाई हो जाएगा, मतलब तुम वो टेम्परेचर रिडक्शन हो जाएगा ना। जब टेम्परेचर रिड्यूस हो जाएगा मतलब रेफ्रिजरेशन का सिस्टम में टेम्परेचर माइनस में जाएगा। ऑयल का मतलब फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस है, सुन रहे हो ना? ऑयल का टेम्परेचर जो है वो 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस है, उसका नीचे गया ना वो मतलब फ्रीज हो जाएगा। तो अगर वो रेफ्रिजरेशन VCRS का लाइन में अगर फ्रीजिंग हो गया देन इन द थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वॉल को ब्लॉक करेगा, करेक्ट। अगर वो थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वॉल में जाएगा तो वहाँ ब्लॉक कर देगा। और हाँ वही मतलब वो जो होल रहता है ना, मतलब थर्मोस्टैटिक एक्सपेंशन वॉल ओरिफाइस को ब्लॉक किया ना, फिर रेफ्रिजरेंट आने के लिए वो कॉन्स्ट्रिक्ट हो जाएगा। अगर आफ्टर इवापोरेटर अगर कुछ वहाँ पे फंस गया, कंप्रेसर में गया, अगर वाटर हो गया तो नॉइजिंग हो जाएगा, नॉइज हो जाएगा। और कंप्रेसर कैन नॉट कंप्रेस द वाटर बिकॉज वाटर इज इनकम्प्रेसेबल। सो ये एक कारण है। वन रीजन इज इफ देर इज अ impurities in the refrigerant, then the freezing will takes place inside in the VCRS system. Second reason freezing का क्या है, if you open the door of the refrigerator then वो refrigerant का जो pipe रहता है ना, there will be moisture in the atmospheric air. When the moisture will come in contact with the pipe of the मतलब वो evaporator का pipe रहता है ना, if it comes in contact with that then water will convert into the ice and then it will मतलब वो yes no मतलब ice formation हो जाएगा over the this one means pipe section में। even if you water pour करके अगर तुम हटाओगे फिर अंदर में जो जाएगा ना आउटलेट, वहाँ पे भी मतलब फ्रीजिंग होने का चांसेस है, मीन्स एट द आउटलेट का पाइप में मतलब वहाँ भी आइस फॉर्मेशन होके ब्लॉक होने का चांसेस रहता है। सो दिस इज हाउ द फ्रीजिंग विल टेक्स प्लेस। देयर इज अ two reason. One is if you open the door of the refrigerator and because of the atmospheric air their freezing can takes place. Second reason is if there is a water inside the refrigerant while filling up the refrigerant in the VCRS. So ये दो कारण है। समझा ना?
हाँ समझ गया।
पक्का?
पक्का नहीं समझूंगा तो वापस पूछ लूंगा
हाँ
मैं,
पूछो
कोई
पूछो।
दिक्कत।
हाँ
रेफ्रिजरेंट, प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ ए रेफ्रिजरेंट एक
हाँ
क्वेश्चन रह रहा है।
हाँ टेल प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ
Okay, sir,
रेफ्रिजरेंट।
there are different properties of a refrigerant that it should be non-flammable, non-toxic, non-corrosive. It should have low boiling point, low freezing point. Must be odorless, less ozone depletion potential, and it should be easily detectable.
हम्म
Detectable is known as these all are the properties of the good refrigerant.
और एक
एक क्वेश्चन और रह रहा है कि वो रेफ्रिजरेंट
हाँ
कौन
वो
कौन से यूज होते हैं
टेस्ट
मशीन में।
टेस्ट कैसे करोगे मतलब अगर
Okay, we can
व्हाट आर द वेरियस
moisture
टेस्ट।
in it.
हाँ मॉइस्चर के लिए।
The various tests like we can detect the moisture content in the evaporator by the help of soap water solution test and the halide torch test. एक क्वेश्चन और रह रहा है कि ना वो रेफ्रिजरेंट कौन कौन से यूज होते हैं।
हाँ हाँ बोलो कौन कौन से रेफ्रिजरेंट।
Okay, the in marine industry R134A known as the tetrafluoroethane is used widely, and some of it is HCFCs hydrochlorofluorocarbons
हाइड्रोफ्लोरोकार्बन।
and hydrochlorofluorocarbon
हाँ
hydrofluoro
एच एफ सीस करके बोलता है ना,
HCFC
एच एफ सीस। एच एफ सी मतलब हाइड्रोफ्लोरोकार्बन। क्लोरीन
सॉरी
क्लोरीन
HFCs
क्लोरीन कंटेंट रहने
HFCs
के वजह से ही हम एच एफ सीस यूज कर रहे हैं ना। क्लोरीन
वो
कंटेंट रहेगा तो पोल्यूशन
हाँ
हो
हाँ
जाएगा वही।
HFCs
हाँ हाँ टेल।
hydrofluorocarbon some of HFCs are R410 R404A 410A 417A 427A these all are the HFCs
हाँ 400 के ऊपर जो भी है वही मतलब
हम्म
400 से और हाँ ठीक है। और एक
और कुछ रहता है।
हम्म, एक सेकंड, सेफ्टीज ऑफ बॉयलर मालूम है?
हाँ सेफ्टीज ऑफ बॉयलर बता दीजिए ना।
और बॉयलर माउंटिंग्स अलग होता है, बॉयलर सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस
ओके
अलग है।
वो
Some of the boiler safeties are safety valve, air purge valve, fusible plug, low water level alarm and trip, and a flame failure alarm.
ओके सेफ्टी डिवाइसेस ऑफ बॉयलर।
हाँ तुझे भेज दूंगा वो,
हाँ ठीक है
अभी भेजता हूँ, रुक बाद में भूल जाऊंगा, एक सेकंड। हाँ भेजा दे।
ठीक है।
और क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस रह गया अभी, मतलब ब्रिगेंजा का तो पूरा हुआ है, मैं और देखता हूँ रुक।
एक क्वेश्चन और रह रहा है बस
हाँ
इसके अंदर
पॉजिटिव
मेरे को
डिस्प्लेसमेंट
ऐसा याद
पंप
है।
और सेंट्रीफ्यूगल पंप का डिफरेंस बोल दोगे एक बार?
और डीजल इंजन।
हाँ डिफरेंस बिटवीन पेट्रोल इंजन एंड डीजल इंजन। हाँ
Okay. The difference between the petrol engine and the diesel engine is that the petrol engine works on the Otto cycle and diesel engine works on the diesel cycle. Compression ratio for the petrol engine is 6 to 10, approx 6 to 10, and the compression ratio for the diesel engine is approx 15 to 22. And the carburetor is present in the petrol engine, carburetor is not present in the diesel engine. Fuel injector is present in the diesel engine and the fuel injector is not present in the petrol engine. A spark plug is present in the petrol engine, a spark plug is not present in the diesel engine. And 2 valves are present in the petrol engine and 3 valves are present in the diesel engine. Weight of SI engine is relatively low, weight of CI engine is relatively high because to wit- to witness to withstand the higher pressure.
हाँ ना, हाँ बोलो डिफरेंस बिटवीन
हाँ
रेफ्रिजरेंट एंड रेफ्रिजरेशन।
okay. The refrigeration is refrigerants are the substances which are used to maintain a lower temperature as compared to surrounding, and the refrigeration is a process which are used to maintain the lower temperature as compared to surrounding.
हाँ
वो प्रोसेस है और वो सब्सटेंसेस यूज होते
वैसा
हैं।
क्या, हाँ समझ गए।
हाँ
और हाँ व्हाट आर द फंक्शन ऑफ रॉकर आर्म, कैम शाफ्ट, फ्लाई व्हील एंड गवर्नर?
Okay, the flywheel is situated on the flywheel. It is a heavier wheel mounted on the crankshaft, which is used to maintain the uniform speed and to minimize the noise and vibration. And the camshaft is used to open the inlet and exhaust valve of the engine. And what is the use of and
और फ्लाई व्हील हुआ ना, गवर्नर, गवर्नर का फंक्शन बोलो।
okay, governor. It is a device which is automatically maintains the speed of the rotatory speed. It is automatically maintains the rotatory speed of the engine. Is known as the governor. और वैसे अगर पूछ लेगा गवर्नर की कौन सा यूज होता है तो सेंट्रीफ्यूगल गवर्नर यूज होता है अपने
करेक्ट
इसके
है,
अंदर।
वो स्पीड कंट्रोल करने के लिए।
हाँ
और रॉकर आर्म?
okay, rocker arm, sir, rocker arms is also used to open the valves at the right time, and the rocker arm is connected to the push rod is connected to the camshaft, and camshaft is connected to the crankshaft.
हम्म, ठीक है। और ऋषिराज राणा सर का फेवरेट क्वेश्चन है पार्ट्स ऑफ डीजल इंजन, ये सबको पूछेगा।
Okay, there are different parts of diesel engine are that uh, crankshaft, connecting rod, piston, and engine cylinder, fuel injector,
हम्म,
and camshaft and push rod, rocker arm, and in combustion chamber.
हम्म,
These all are the parts of diesel engine.
हाँ। व्हाट इज पिस्टन रिंग्स एंड इट्स फंक्शन?
The piston rings are the metallic rings which are inserted into the circumferential groove of the piston. These are and it maintains a tight gas joint between the piston and piston, and it is the main function is that it is also used for conducting the heat from the exhaust side of the engine cylinder. These all are the functions of the piston ring.
हाँ, मतलब it will not
Maintain the
allow
tight
मतलब combustion gases to enter into the crank casing, मतलब crank case
Yeah.
के ये एक फंक्शन है। और तुम और पिस्टन रिंग्स आल्सो मेंटेन्स वही मतलब
Tight
एक
gas joint
हाँ
between the piston and the cylinder.
हाँ वही है। और एक क्या बोला फंक्शन, और एक फंक्शन?
And it is help in the conducting the heat from the
हाँ,
piston to
कंडक्टिंग
the
द हीट,
cylinder.
हाँ हीट टू द सिलेंडर, हाँ।
और वो एक क्वेश्चन और पूछ सकता है कि ना 4 स्ट्रोक में कितनी रिंग्स होती है और 2 स्ट्रोक में कितनी होती
हाँ
है।
हाँ हाँ
In the 4 stroke there are 3 rings are present. In the 2 stroke there only 2 rings are present. Oil scraper and the compressor ring. In the 2 stroke and the 4 stroke compressor ring and wiper ring and oil rings are present.
और मैं एक फ्रीजिंग का क्वेश्चन पूछा ना, हाउ फ्रीजिंग टेक्स प्लेस इन द दिस वन
हाँ
VCRS,
हाँ
वो क्वेश्चन ऋषिराज
ओके
राणा सर का ही है। ये
ओके
हिफाजत करके एक है, उसको पूछा था ये क्वेश्चन।
को आंसर भी भेजना एक बार।
हाँ, मैं लिख के भेजूंगा बाद में। व्हाट इज NPSH, ये पूछा।
NPSH. Okay, some NPSH is known as net positive suction head. It states that the suction head required to make the liquid flow through the suction pipe is known as the NPSH. In order to have cavitation-free operation, available NPSH is greater than the required NPSH.
रिक्वायर्ड NPSH कहाँ से मिलेगा?
Hmm?
रिक्वायर्ड NPSH कहाँ से मिलेगा?
It is predetermined by the company. It is
करेक्ट, ये क्रॉस क्वेश्चन हो।
yeah.
और व्हाट इज
Tapered clearance is the small.
व्हाट इज टैपेट क्लियरेंस एंड बट क्लियरेंस? पॉज हो।
Okay, the tapered clearance is known as it is the small gap between the piston. Sorry, it is the small gap between the piston and the rocker arm.
पिस्टन एंड रॉकर
And the
आर्म?
butt clearance. Sorry यार मैं भूल ही गया यार इसको tapered clearance.
वो इनलेट वॉल में
Yes.
होता है ना, मतलब इनलेट वॉल
Okay.
वो नोट्स में है।
Okay, it is the small gap between the rocker arm and the top of the valve is known as the tapered clearance.
व्हाट हैपेंस इफ द
And
टैपेट
the-
क्लियरेंस इज लेस?
Okay, if the tapered clearance is less, then the valve is open early, and the fuel consumption and exhaust gas temperature will increases. If the tapered clearance is too much, then the valve is opens lately, and there is no proper removal of exhaust gases from it.
Where will be the clearance will be more, at the inlet side or exhaust side of the engine?
The clearance will be more at the exhaust side of the engine.
ये
Clearance है क्या, but it
हाँ,
is the
but
clearance
clearance.
between it is the clearance or gap between the piston rings and metal cylinder.
हाँ करेक्ट, पिस्टन रिंग एंड बटन सिलेंडर। डिफरेंस बिटवीन द गवर्नर एंड फ्लाईव्हील?
ये हो गया ना अभी।
डिफरेंस बिटवीन गवर्नर एंड फ्लाईव्हील, हाँ वो तुम हाँ पहले पूछा था ना, हाँ वो एक्सप्लेनेशन है। डिफरेंसेस लिस्ट करो, लिस्ट ऑफ।
Okay, the governor is a device which is used to automatically maintain the rotatory speed of the engine, and the flywheel it is a component. It is a heavy wheel mounted on the crankshaft to maintain the uniform speed of the engine, so that to minimize the noise and vibration.
हाँ हाँ, यहाँ एक मिला है देख. It is a heavy rotating wheel that reduces the jerk during the unavailable fluctuation of the speed. ये हुआ flywheel का.
ओके,
हाँ, तुम
वो
जैसे
वो
बोला
वाला
ना,
अपना समझ गया।
तुम फर्स्ट जो डिफरेंस बोला ना
वो
वो
वाला हो
सेम
गया।
है. It runs as long as the engine is running, flywheel का. And it runs when the running doesn't run at its minimum mean speed. मतलब तुम गवर्नर में एक मीन स्पीड रहता है, फिर वो मीन स्पीड मेंटेन करने के लिए हम ये गवर्नर ये यूज़ करते
यूज
हैं.
करते हैं।
हाँ, वो एक डिफरेंस हुआ. इट हाँ, ये इट हैज़ नो इन्फ्लुएंस ओवर द मीन स्पीड, और एक सेम ही है, सेम दिया है, और नो इन्फ्लुएंस इन द साइक्लिक फ्लक्चुएशन ऑफ द स्पीड. एंड
वही
it is not required to use flywheel in all the engine. Governor is required in all the engines. ये एक है difference. और ये flywheel है ना, it is not a mechanical device. Flywheel
ओके।
और governor is a mechanical device. Okay, with a relatively small moment of inertia. तुम देखे है ना वो एक पोर्टर गवर्नर, वो घूमता है वो वाला. And it stores excess of the rotational energy to prevent the fluctuation of the energy in the that is flywheel, and it keeps the mean speed rotation. वही सेम है. मतलब इतना बोला तो काफ़ी है.
ओके।
इतना काफ़ी है. पहला क्या है, flywheel it is mounted, it is not a mechanical device, it is mounted on the crankshaft to avoid the fluctuation of the speed. Governor it is used to maintain the mean speed of the engine. And flywheel is not necessary to be used in all the kind of the engine, but governor is used in all the engines to maintain the mean
Right.
speed. और थर्ड वाला डिफरेंस क्या है?
इट इज नॉट ए मैकेनिकल डिवाइस एंड इट इज ए मैकेनिकल
हाँ,
डिवाइस।
ये तो हो गया. इतना ही है डिफरेंस,
ठीक
और कुछ नहीं है. ठीक है. और एक नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, और टर्बो चार्जर का मालूम है, वर्किंग ऑफ टर्बो चार्जर?
हाँ, टर्बो चार्जर।
बोलो,
ओके,
बोलो.
the turbo charger is used to increase the efficiency of the engine. There are the turbo charger is divided into four parts like that, in which the exhaust gases is utilized to increase the power of the engine. First of all, the exhaust gas is coming out of the engine, and then it is passed to the turbine casing. Then after that, in the turbine it is passed to the compressor device, in which it is compressed to high pressure and high temperature. Then it is passed from the compressor, it is passed to the intercooler, in which the gases is cooled at constant pressure by circulating the cold water. And then this high pressure and high temperature gases is passes to the engine inlet valve. This is the working of the turbocharger. वो इसका मैं वो भी बना सकता हूँ, मतलब इसको प्रॉपर वे में भी बता सकता हूँ, और इसका वो डायग्राम भी याद है, मतलब पिस्टन का बाद में फिर वो बन जाएगा.
डायग्राम नहीं पूछेगा, सिर्फ एक्सप्लेनेशन पूछेगा. और टर्बाइन के बाद में ये इसमें क्या है ना, मतलब इंजन से, मतलब इंजन साइड से थोड़ा एयर सक करके, मतलब वो मालूम है?
हाँ,
वो तुम मेंशन किया क्या वो?
नहीं, मैंने मेरे को इतना, मतलब वो मैं मेरे अकॉर्डिंग कर रहा हूँ, मतलब जैसे कि ना वो एग्जॉस्ट गैसेज निकली, फिर उसके बाद में वो टरबाइन में गई, टरबाइन के बाद कंप्रेसर में गई, वो कंप्रेस्ड होके फिर इंटरकूलर में गई, इंटरकूलर के बाद में फिर वो है ना उसमें चली गई इनलेट वाल्व में, मतलब उसके.
और कंप्रेस क्यों करते हैं? कंप्रेस मतलब वो कूल करते हैं ना एक बार, मतलब कंप्रेस करने के बाद वो कूल करते हैं एयर को. ये कूल क्यों करते हैं?
क्योंकि so that extra load will not take place at the stage at the another stage.
मतलब कूल करने का ये क्यों करते हैं बोले तो, ये प्रणीत सर ने बोले थे कि टेम्परेचर जब रिड्यूस होगा ना, डेंसिटी ऑफ द गैसेस will also get reduced. When the density of the gases is reduced, so more air can accumulate and can be sent to the engine. This is the main reason.
Okay.
ठीक है.
Okay.
ये नोट डाउन.
एक बार वापस बताना. Cool because
we will cool the air because when the temperature density is directly proportional to temperature. When temperature gets reduced, the density of the gases will also get reduced. Okay, so because of this we can accumulate more amount of gases, and for the effective combustion process we will do this process. समझा ना?
Yeah.
Working of camshaft. Camshaft का
Okay, so the camshaft is connected to the crankshaft with the help of the belt or timing chain gear, or the okay the Okay, हाँ ये सही है. Okay. Then after that the camshaft एक मिनट रुकना यार मैं भूल गया. The camshaft travels at half the crankshaft speed because each valve open on once on every two revolution of the crankshaft. Therefore, in the four-stroke engine, the camshaft gears has twice the number of teeth on the crankshaft gears.
मतलब ये
This is how.
नेसेसिटी नहीं है कि वो दोनों मतलब ट्वाइस द रेवोल्यूशन है, वो सिर्फ टू स्ट्रोक में होता है, क्योंकि टू स्ट्रोक में
Okay.
डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द टू जो रहता है ना वो ज़्यादा रहता है. जब वो बेल्ट से तुम कनेक्ट करोगे ना तब वो ट्वाइस द रेवोल्यूशन होता है टू स्ट्रोक में. अगर फोर स्ट्रोक में अगर पास में है तो गियर ही यूज़ करते हैं एक्चुअल में. तुम
Okay.
ऐसे नहीं बोल सकते कि इट विल ट्रांसफर द हाफ द रेवोल्यूशन ऑफ द क्रैंक शाफ्ट. तुम ऐसे जनरलाइज नहीं बोल सकते हो. इट इज ओनली इन द टू स्ट्रोक इंजन. टू स्ट्रोक में मतलब हाफ द
Okay.
रेवोल्यूशन होता है वैसे.
Okay.
ठीक है. मतलब इट 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 कैमशाफ्ट का मेन फंक्शन क्या है? इट विल कनेक्ट्स द
So push rod and rocker arm and all that.
वही है.
The right time.
हाँ, टू ओपन द वाल्व एट द राइट टाइम. वो मतलब वो क्रैंक शाफ्ट का जो शाफ्ट है और उसका और एक शाफ्ट है ना उसको कनेक्ट करते हो. वर्कशॉप टूल्स यूज्ड इन शिप्स.
Okay, sir. There are different tools are wrenches, pliers, Allen key, mallet, and tap and die, screwdrivers, and hammers. These all are the work.
हाँ, व्हाट इज द
Workshop tool.
एंडोथर्मिक एंड एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन definition?
Okay, the endothermic reaction is that when the heat is absorbed during the chemical reactions is known as the endothermic reaction. When the heat is removed from the reaction is known released from the reaction is known as the exothermic reaction is known as the exothermic reaction.
ठीक है. अल्टरनेटर का फंक्शन क्या है?
Alternator. So it is a alternator is a synchronous machine which converts the mechanical power into the electrical power.
क्वेश्चन ऋषिराज राणा सर का भी क्वेश्चन कवर
सारे हो गए मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है अब तो वो पूछ ही ले. एक क्वेश्चन और देयर आर प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ ल्यूब ऑयल.
हाँ, प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ ल्यूब ऑयल. हाँ, बोल.
Okay, there are different properties of a lube oil are viscosity, flash point, cloud point, core point, and the carbon residue.
ठीक है. और ये फंक्शन ऑफ फ्यूजिबल प्लग क्या है? वर्किंग ऑफ फ्यूजिबल.
Okay, the fusible plug. The fusible plug. The fusible plug is placed at the sorry. It is placed at the crown plate of the furnace. Its main objective is to put out the fire when the level of water falls below to the normal level in the boiler. This is the function of the fusible plug and the yeah.
और सब ठीक है, मतलब कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है वैसे.
Okay. Ahmad, I just want to ask, can you just give me some feedbacks about my interview session that you have heard about that?
Yeah, you were doing good, but you were saying in a bit speed manner. Like when you say speed, your words get mixed up.
Okay.
But I am sure I won't do as you are doing.
No.
But still, my opinion, I said.
करेक्ट है.
Okay.
मतलब से मतलब तुम आराम से मतलब स्लोली बोलो और वर्ड्स को मतलब तुम मिंगल अप मत करो, मतलब दोनों कंबाइन मत करो. सेंट्रीफ्यूगल पंप का हाँ सब ठीक है. और सेंसिंग बल्ब का तो मैं कल लूँगा. आज तुम अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करो. और ऑयल हीटर का तुमने मिस किया था. ऑयल हीटर. हाँ, ऑयल हीटर का मतलब क्रैंकेस ऑयल अभी बोला ना, वो एक ये करो. और बाकी सब ठीक है, बाकी सब कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
ठीक है.
ठीक है.
ठीक है.